네, 오늘은 누구의 이야기인가요?
Okay, so today we have a clip sent to us from Rachel from the USA, but she's currently in Indonesia.
네, 미국 사람이고 인도네시아에 살고 있는 레이첼 씨에게 또 재미있는 이야기를 들어볼 텐데 정말 여러분이 딱 들으면 이런 표현이 있었단 말이야? 라는 그런 표현도 들어있어요. 잘 들어보시고요. 한번 불러볼까요?
Okay, 레이첼 씨, 나와주세요.
My biggest pet peeve is something called story topping. And story topping is when you're telling a story or sharing an experience that you've had, and your friend or someone that you're talking to has to usually interrupt you to tell a story to top yours. Some story that they think is better or that they have to say right in the moment. Usually it's probably because they're excited, which I understand, but it comes off as rude because they're interrupting you usually, and it makes you feel like your story is not as good because they're trying to one-up you and give a better story. It's really irritating, and that's my biggest pet peeve.
That's a very interesting expression.
Yes, I've encountered it too. Lots of story topping.
네, 사실은 이게 영어권에만 있는 건 아닌 것 같은데 무슨 이야기인지 한번 공부를 해볼까요?
Sounds good.
Alright.
Okay, so let's take a look at the first line. The first line that she says is, my biggest pet peeve is something called story topping. My biggest pet peeve is something called story topping.
네, 일단 pet peeve라는 표현은 저희가 오래전에 소개를 한 적이 있어요. 한 번. 그런데 pet peeve 다시 한번 소개를 하자면 못 견디겠는 것은 다 pet peeve라고 해요.
Yes, pet
네.
peeves.
뭐 그거 자체가 나쁜 게 아니고
Right.
그냥 뭐 범죄도 아니에요. 그런데 그냥 개인적으로 못
Yeah.
참아주겠는 것.
Yeah.
네.
So, oh, sorry.
Go
Okay,
ahead.
so for example, sorry, I interrupted you. So, for example, a pet peeve of mine is when people chew gum with their mouth open. So it makes like a sound. That is one of my biggest pet peeves.
네.
I just want to take that gum out of their mouth.
네, 이렇게 그냥 개인적으로 마음에 안 드는 어떠한 뭐 사람의 행동이라든지 현상이라든지 이런 것을 pet peeve라고 하는데 여기서 레이첼 씨가 my biggest pet peeve라고 했으니까 이제 가장 못 견디겠는 게 뭐냐면 가장 개인적으로 마음에 안 드는 게 뭐냐면 it's something called 뭐뭐라고 불리는 무언가인데 story topping. story topping. topping 하면은 보통 뭐 팥빙수에 올리는 토핑.
Topping.
토핑이라고 하죠.
Right.
피자 토핑.
Oh.
피자 위에 올리는 토핑.
Yeah.
그 위에 올리는 것을 토핑이라고 하는데 여기서는 스토리 토핑이니까 무슨 뜻인지 조금 더 들어보면 설명이 나올 겁니다.
Okay, so let's take a look at the next one then.
Okay.
Story topping is when you're telling a story and or sharing an experience that you had. Story topping is when you're telling a story and or sharing an experience that you had.
네, 일단 지금 문장이 끝나고 있잖아요. 이제 아직 뒷부분이 남아 있는데 story topping is story topping이란 뭐냐면 when you are telling a story 여러분이 이야기를 하고 있어요. tell a story라는 표현이죠. and or sharing an experience that you had. 또는 sharing an experience, 경험을 공유하는 거죠. that you had. 자신이 가졌던 경험이 있는데 그것을 공유한다는 것은 이야기를 해주고 있어요. 그래서 이야기나 경험 이야기를 하고 있는데 어떤 일이 생긴다고요?
And your friend or someone that you're talking to has to usually interrupt you to tell a story to top yours. And your friend or someone that you're talking to has to usually interrupt you to tell you a story to top yours.
네. And your friend, 당신의 친구 또는 someone that you are talking to, 당신이 이야기하고 있는 즉 상대방을 말하는 거죠. 우리말로 상대방이라고 하는 것 자체가 여러 가지로 번역이 되는데 sometimes you say the other person, the listener,
To each other.
to each other, the other.
Yeah.
이렇게 여기서는 someone you are talking to라고 번역을 표현을 했습니다. 우리가 번역을 상대방으로 했고요. has to usually interrupt you. 보통 interrupt you를 해야 되는 거죠. 당신의 말을 끊어야 할 때 뭘 하기 위해서 to tell a story 이야기를 하기 위해서. 그런데 어떤 이야기? 뭐 할 이야기? to top yours. 당신의 이야기를 능가할 더 멋진 이야기가 될 그 이야기 때문에 말을 끊는 거죠. 즉 이야기를 막 하고 있는데 잠깐만 근데 나는 이것도 했어. 그래? 뭐 늑대를 봤다고? 나는 호랑이도 봤는데 약간 더 굉장한 이야기를 하려고 말을 끊을 때 바로 스토리 타핑이라고 한다는 거죠. 여기서 지금 정의가 나왔고 그러면 스토리 타핑은 그런 뜻이겠네요. 이야기 스토리가 있는데 you top the story.
You top theirs. So when you top something, that means that you, like you said in Korean, but you know, to do better, you're kind of think of being on top of them. You're at another level. You're
그렇죠.
better than them.
네, 그게 스토리 타핑입니다. 이제 좀 더 이야기가 나올 텐데 먼저 단어 공부해보죠.
Alright, so we're going to look at top. Top.
top 하면 꼭대기라는 뜻이죠. On the top of a building, on something, on top of
Yeah.
anything. 그런데 그래서 이제 랩탑이 무릎 위가 랩인데
It's
랩탑.
on the top of your lap.
네, 무릎 위에 올릴 수 있는
Yeah.
컴퓨터가 랩탑이죠.
And top also has the meaning. Top also has the meaning of like 뚜껑, like the lid of
그렇죠.
something as well.
네,
Because it goes on top.
어떤 컨테이너, 용기의 탑, 뚜껑을 가리키기도 합니다. 위에 있으니까요. 그런데 능가하다라는 뜻도 있어서 또 다양한 그 동사로도 쓸 수 있는데 예를 들어서 어떤 금액을 충전하다, 교통카드 같은 거 충전하다라고 할 때
Top up.
Top up.
Top up.
그 해외에 특히 나가게 되면 선불 휴대폰을 많이 쓰잖아요. prepaid phones. 그랬을 때 탑업 하러 간다고 해요.
Yeah, top
네.
up.
돈을 얼마 내고 거기에 충전하는 거죠, 금액을.
Right. Or let's say there's a container and the container is halfway full and let's say you need to fill it up more. Instead of saying top up, you can say top off. You mean fill it up all the way. So when you go to the gas station, you can say, you know, top it off. That means, oh, just fill up the rest of my gas tank.
탑업하고 비슷한 뜻으로 탑오프라는 표현을 쓰기도 한다라는 이해였습니다. 자, 그리고 또 재미있는 표현으로 최고, 아주 뛰어난이라고 할 때
Top notch.
그렇죠.
Top notch.
top notch.
현우 쌤, you are a top notch instructor.
Thank you. You are a top notch entertainer.
Okay, I'll accept that. Thank you.
자, 그리고
인정.
네, 인정하시는군요. 자, 그리고 또 재미있는 표현으로 머리숱이 별로 없다. 머리숱이 별로 없다.
Thin on top. Thin on top.
thin이라는 것은 좀 얇다라는 거죠. 얇은데 위가 얇다. 즉 hair. We're talking about hair.
Hair, right.
So you don't have a lot of hair. Thin on top. 뭐 상대방에게 쓸 때는 조심해야 될 것 같은 표현이고요. 그리고 마지막으로
Top grossing. Top grossing.
top grossing이라고 하면은 최고 수익을 올리는 이란 뜻인데 이거는 뭐 top 앞에 붙으면 최고라는 뜻이 된다는 거 그냥 예로 표현을 해봤습니다. 앱스토어 같은 곳에 들어가 보시면 휴대폰에 top grossing apps
Oh, yeah.
가장 최고 매출을 올리는 앱들이 쫙 표현이 되어 있죠. 표시가 되어 있죠.
Or top picks, you know, apps that are being downloaded the most these
네,
days.
그럴 때 top 여기저기서 볼 수 있는 표현입니다. 이야기로 돌아가 볼까요?
Some story that they think is better or that they have to say right in the moment. Some story that they think is better or that they have to say right in the moment.
지금 스토리 타핑에 대해서 이야기를 하면서
Right.
어떤 이야기들을 주로 이야기를 하는가? Some story that they think is better. 내가 하고 있는 이야기보다 더 낫다고 생각하는, 그들이 더 낫다고 생각하는 그런 이야기. Or that they have to say right in the moment. 그 순간에 바로 이야기를 해야 되는 것이 있다라는 거죠. 그 이야기를 말을 한다. So that's story tapping basically.
That's story topping.
Okay. And then
Usually it's probably because they're excited, which I understand. Usually it's probably because they're excited, which I understand.
스토리 타핑을 하는 이유죠.
Yeah,
The reason that people story tap is because they're excited.
they're excited, yeah.
아, 지금 이 친구가 이런 얘기 하고 있으니까 아, 나도 더 재밌는 얘기 있는데 I have to tell the story.
Right.
I don't care if this person is offended or not.
That's true.
그냥 얘기해야지라고 excited 된 거죠. Which I understand. 이해는 해요. Right? And then
But it comes off as rude because they're interrupting you usually. But it comes off as rude because they're interrupting you usually.
그렇지만 it comes off. come off as라는 것은 뭐뭐처럼 느껴진다.
Right. So if you come off as a bad person, then that means people probably think you're a bad person and they don't want to be your
Yeah.
friend.
You might not be a bad person, but you look like a
Right.
bad person.
You come off as a bad person.
네. 그래서 실제 진실이 어떤지는 몰라도 그냥 come off as라고 하면 그렇게 느껴진다는 뜻이에요. 그 분위기 자체가. 그래서 come off as rude. 여기서는 이제 무례한 것처럼 느껴집니다. Because they're interrupting you usually. 일반적으로 말을 끊기 때문에. 다 듣고 나서 얌전히 잘 들어주고 아하 그랬구나 공감해준 다음에 근데 말이야 나는 더 대단한 것도 했어 라고 하는 것이 아니라
Right.
아 잠깐 그게 아니라 뭐 이런
Yeah.
식으로 말을 끊을 때 rude하게 느껴진다는 거죠. come off as rude.
Some people do it to be rude though, because they want to like show off, you know, that their experience is better than yours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are people like that.
Yeah.
But not, everybody.
Usually, yeah, it's because you're excited, but there are those people. Don't be one of those people.
Yeah. So I guess I could argue that there are two kinds of story topping.
Yeah.
Innocent story topping.
And deliberate story
deliberate.
topping.
네.
Yeah.
그냥 정말로 너무 신나서 이야기를 하는 별로 약간 순수한
Yeah.
스토리 타핑이 있겠고 일부러 말을 끊는 스토리 타핑이
Yeah.
있을 것 같아요.
Of course.
And then the next sentence is
And it makes you feel like your story is not as good. And it makes you feel like your story is not as good
그러면 자신의 이야기가 not as good as what?
as the story that they told.
네. 이제 not as good. 뭐 as가 있고 뒤에 형용사가 오면 뒤에 항상 as 뭐뭐뭐가 생략이 된 거예요. 무엇이 생략되어 있는지 항상 생각해 보는 습관이 필요해요. 그렇죠. 그것을 생각을 안 하고도 이해할 수 있지만 생각을 해보면 나중에 말을 더 유창하게 할 수가 있습니다. 그래서 it makes you feel like your story is not as good as theirs or as hers, as his. 그래서 자신의 이야기가 그 사람 이야기만큼 멋지지 않은 것처럼 느끼게 만들죠. Which is unfortunate.
It is unfortunate.
Because you were also excited about your story.
You were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's ruined by the other person's
Yeah.
story tapping.
Yeah.
So let's not do that.
Let's not.
And what is the next one?
Okay. Because they're trying to one-up you and give a better story.
네.
Because they're trying to one-up you and give a better story.
네. 여기도 재밌는 표현 또 나오고 있죠.
Yeah.
Because 왜냐하면 그들이 trying to 무엇을 하려고 노력하고 있기 때문이죠. 근데 무엇을 하려고 노력하는가가 바로 그 다음에 나오는 one up
Yeah, they're trying to one-up you.
and give a better story. 그러니까 당신을 능가하려고 하고 더 멋진 a better story, 더 나은 이야기를 하려고 한다라는 말인데 Please talk about one up.
One up.
Yeah.
So when you one up someone, it means that if you think about a video game, you know, you can get like, you can have 1 point more than someone else. So if you think about it as points, like you have 5 points, I have 5 points, but let me do something better so I can one up you, so I can be, you know, better than you by 1 point.
This is clearly a recently made verb.
Yeah, it's
네.
definitely a recently made verb.
네, 최근에 생긴 동사라고 볼 수 있어요.
Yep.
One up이라고 하면 그러니까 1 point up, one
Yep.
level up, relative or related to or compared to the other person.
The other person.
네, 비교를 했을 때 one up 이것을 동사로 만들어서 one up you. I'm going to one up you.
Yeah. So for example, if I said, oh, you know, I'm going to buy a car today, and let's say I named just a regular brand, and you're like, oh, well, I'm going to buy a luxury car. Well, I'm going to buy an airplane. Well, I'm going to buy, you know,
Yeah.
like that. You just...
계속해서 경쟁을 하는 거죠. 그래서 그 사람보다 조금 더 낫게 하는 것을 one up이라고 합니다. 긍정적인 의미로 쓰이는 것은 아닐 때가 많아요. 그리고
Yep.
네, 마지막 문장.
It's really irritating, and that's my biggest pet peeve. It's really irritating, and that's my biggest pet peeve.
네, 정말 짜증나는 일이고 and that's my biggest pet peeve. 제가 제일 못 견디겠는 것이 그겁니다. 뭐 이것을 아주 본질적으로 나쁘다라고 말할 수는 없지만 개인적으로는 싫어한다는 거죠. pet peeve라고 이야기를 했고 앞에 나오는 irritating도 여러분 알아두시면 좋은 게 짜증나는 것 자체가 irritating이지만 실제로 그 피부에 뭔가 닿아서 아플 때 불편할 때도 irritating이라고 할 수 있어요.
Yeah. So it's irritating, especially if you get like a mosquito bite, which I have right now on my leg. So my leg is very irritated at the moment
네.
from the mosquito
그래서
bite.
네, 짜증이라는 표현보다 불편이라고 번역을 할 때도 많은데 for example, the like
Clothes.
have all the labels there inside
Yeah.
for laundry information. Laundry tag, I think that's what they're called. Laundry tags are always irritating.
Yeah, because they make you like feel itchy, and
네.
you know something could be in your eye, causing your eye to be irritated, and maybe your eye turns red.
네, 그래서 뭔가 피부에 닿아서 긁고 있거나 불편하게 만들 때 그럴 때 irritate 또는 irritated, irritating이라는 표현도 쓸 수 있습니다. 자, 이야기를 다 공부를 해봤는데 스토리 타핑 여러분 신선한 개념이었죠?
So now we're going to take a look at the story 2 more times. The first time with English subtitles, the second time without.
Okay.
Let's call Rebecca. 레이터 씨 다시
나와주세요.
My biggest pet peeve is something called story topping. And story topping is when you're telling a story or sharing an experience that you've had, and your friend or someone that you're talking to has to usually interrupt you to tell a story to top yours. Some story that they think is better or that they have to say right in the moment. Usually it's probably because they're excited, which I understand, but it comes off as rude because they're interrupting you usually, and it makes you feel like your story is not as good because they're trying to one-up you and give a better story. It's really irritating, and that's my biggest pet peeve. My biggest pet peeve is something called story topping. And story topping is when you're telling a story or sharing an experience that you've had, and your friend or someone that you're talking to has to usually interrupt you to tell a story to top yours. Some story that they think is better or that they have to say right in the moment. Usually it's probably because they're excited, which I understand, but it comes off as rude because they're interrupting you usually, and it makes you feel like your story is not as good because they're trying to one-up you and give a better story. It's really irritating, and that's my biggest pet peeve.
Thank you, Rachel.
Yes, thank you so much.
네, 그리고 이번에는요, 여러분의 질문을 해결해 볼까요?
Okay, sounds good. It's time for English Q&A.
A.